Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Untapped Podcast. My name is Jacob Gabel.
And my name is Jacob Wurtz, guys. Welcome to episode 196 of the Untapped Podcast. If this is your first time joining us, first of all, thank you. We are thrilled to have you here with us. We've actually got 5 main formats of our show. So first, we have Forging Fortitude, where we cover the mental side of our brand. We go over our experiences with things like mindset and mentality, pass on tips and advice to you guys. Next, we have Physical Vitality episodes. These ones are our bread and butter because you have 2 certified personal trainers here. And those ones we cover the physical side of our brand, where we talk on everything that we offer through our Untapped training, which is powered by the First Form Performance platform. And we cover everything to do with everything fitness related, everything health and wellness related, articles, supplements, whatever.
Arguably our favorite episodes.
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right, guys, we also have breaking news episodes. We go over current events, current articles going on in the world. We go over solutions related to those current events and current articles. Now, our 4th format, Knights Table format, masculinity-based format, that is also part of our bread and butter as of recently with men's workouts and whatnot. That's what we have for you today. Male-based topics in general, fatherhood, that type of stuff. And we talk about how we're not perfect men.
That's right.
Now, on to our guest format. The guest format is pretty self-explanatory. We sit down with a guest, brings you value of some sort, a high-level guest, so you can learn a lot because we also learn a lot from those episodes. Now, last thing to introduce after our intro here is our producer and my brother, Mitchell Gabel.
What's cracking?
What's up, Mitch?
Nothing.
How was Cliffhangers?
It was all right.
Well, considering he shot better than his brother did.
I kind of forgot about. I wasn't even saying that to bring that
Beat him
up.
by 1 stroke.
No, I've been actually like telling myself he shot better than me because I'm like, that's how bad I am, and I'm like, I need to get better.
You're going to come back with a vengeance?
Yeah, 100%.
Is that what I'm hearing?
That was just unacceptable play.
You come out and you shoot a 54 on our next 18.
Yeah, it's pretty bad when
would that like break every course record in the world?
I would
like,
hope so. At least around here in St. Louis it would.
Definitely would.
For sure.
Yeah, it's really a shame the kid who golfs twice a year beats you. That's a shame.
You golf more than twice a year.
We've been trying to get you to golf more.
Yeah.
I have a hard time paying money for something I stink at.
See, you're thinking about it too literally. Even though like we do play to get better and to actually play golf, but you're also paying to be out in nature on a beautiful course, beautiful setting.
You're paying to be away from certain things.
Oh, that too. But, well, and there's truth to that.
Yeah, right.
So you can't just think about it like I'm paying to play a sport I suck at.
I don't know, man. It's a lot of money to pay.
No, it's not. It doesn't have. Okay.
I'm a brokey.
Anyway, yeah.
Yeah, anyway, sick trip.
Sick trip.
On that end of
big
things.
cedar.
Which appreciate you boys for making it that cool because it was by far all I wanted out of it. It was great. So
Yeah, it was sweet.
very happy
was
about
sweet.
it.
Yep, no doubt. Mitch, back to the day. What do you got for us?
Did you know
a
jiffy is an actual measurement of time? It means 1/100th of a second.
Really?
No
jiffy.
kidding.
I'll be back in a jiffy.
No kidding.
You better be super fast.
Are you serious, Mitch? That's like this is real data here.
I mean, if the internet is true, everything's true on the internet, right?
Yeah, that's a good point.
I mean,
that's fair. That's fair point.
Yeah, it's always true.
Yeah, right.
Interesting.
Okay, that's kind of cool.
Yeah,
I'll be honest. That was
a good one.
That was definitely a good fact.
That's a good one.
Yeah, I enjoyed that.
First one ever from Mitch. That was a good one.
I think we should start using Jiffy now. That should be our goal. Whatever the fact is, we use it in some way during the episode.
You know, that would actually be funny. Yeah. Yes, that would be funny. So Jiffy Lube, that means that they... No, like
I know.
Okay, you two are idiots.
No, Jiffy Lube. I laugh because I've always thought it was a funny name. Like the name Jiffy Lube is just hilarious to me. I don't know why. Like it just is.
You two, I can't handle you guys.
I wasn't making any crazy jokes.
No, you were.
I know I wasn't.
I'm laughing because it's complete cap. They do not do your oil
they don't
change
do it. They don't do it in a
1/100th
jiffy
of a second.
Yeah.
I mean, that's bullshit.
That's cap.
I need my money back.
Yeah. Show them the definition. Yep. That'll be a free.
We need to speed
oil
this
change.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. So, as Gable mentioned, we do have a Knights Table today.
We do
for you guys, and we kind of just wanted to talk a little bit on the why behind the men's events that we started doing. We actually were recording on a day we don't normally record, and so we just came from our event here on the 4th. Another great turnout, even with the rain. Day before Easter here, and we kind of had a cool situation happen towards the end.
100%.
At the end. So we concluded the workout with Jesus carries, and to give the background of that, so the cross was rumored to be about 300 pounds that Jesus carried, and he carried it about a half a mile. Is what the Bible says.
After about 39 lashes.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
Correct. Because as the Jews said, 40 minus 1, because 40 was said to kill a man.
Correct.
So it was 39. Yes. So after that, and after everything else too, by the way.
Yeah.
But we don't have a 300-pound bag, even though we have actually considered getting a 300-pound bag.
It'll be in the future.
It'll
It's
happen.
Just the transportation of that bag will be extremely frustrating.
Yeah. We might literally have to get a pallet jack or something. To move that.
Honestly, like just jack it up to the truck and put it in the bed. That's it. Because I don't want to lift that thing before
Start renting a forklift. Maybe we just buy a forklift.
We just drive it to the men's workouts.
All the bags on it. So anyway, our idea was to take our 200-pound bag and our 150-pound bag, and we ended up having to use 100 also because we just had so many guys.
Yeah, 100%.
We didn't want a bunch of standing around. So anyway, we took our heaviest bags, and we were carrying them up a giant hill, very sharp, steep hill as well.
That was a brutal hill.
It was, and we did this after the workout, and we wanted to just kind of, as best as we could, simulate that situation with Easter being tomorrow when we're recording, Easter being yesterday when you guys are hearing this.
He is risen.
He is risen. That's right. Mm-hmm. That's right. So yeah, happy Easter, by the way. The cool situation that we had happen is we had actually one of our brand new guys. This is a guy you've been training for a little bit now, but he was first time. Him and his dad both came out to our men's event today, and this guy's about 120 pounds. So he's trying to put on weight. And he was using the 100-pound bag, and he got it up the hill, and then he wanted to carry it back down. We weren't actually requiring that everyone carried it back down. You could if you wanted, but he wanted to carry it back down as well, and he was struggling big time. And so he had another guy with him, and then I ended up going up, and then you ended up coming up as well. And
which is a good reference, by the way, because you're talking about a 120-pound guy carrying a 100-pound bag.
Exactly.
And I was a 260-pound guy carrying a 200-pound bag.
Right.
So hypothetically, it's actually easier for me to do that than the guy who's 120 carrying a 100-pound bag. Just for those of you listening in this scenario.
Yeah. And what we told the guys going into this part of the workout was, if you have to set the bag down, set the bag down. But you will get it up. And then if you're the guy bringing it down, or if you want to bring it up and down, you will be the one to do that, and you will finish it. If you got to fall. If you got to put it down, but you'll finish it. And he was determined to do so. And it took a little while. It took some time to get the breath going. Took some time to get the heart rate under control. Because it's no joke. Again, this hill is no joke. The bags are no joke. It's a lot of weight in one small centered area. And I think it was a perfect showcasing of what we want these men's workouts to be. Sure, there's a physical element to this. There's no doubt about that. That's why we do workouts, right? And they're not easy workouts. It seems like every time we put a workout together, we end up looking at each other like, why the hell did we make this so hard?
Yeah, exactly.
Like on paper, this didn't seem that bad. 100%. And then you get going, it's like, my heart rate's at 170 the entire time.
It's always the hardest workout of the week.
Yeah,
us,
absolutely.
Sure. By far.
There's no doubt. Yeah. There's no doubt. And so anyway, this guy, he did end up finishing. He did end up getting the bag all the way to the line. But it took an immense amount of mental fortitude to get that done for him. And it was awesome. I mean, it was awesome to witness. It was awesome to be a part of it. I'm sure he would have loved if we would have taken the bag for him, but that wasn't what we said was going to happen. Now, if someone was going to get injured, different story, but not what we're talking about here. And he said, he kept saying to himself, it's not a 300-pound cross. It's not a 300-pound cross. It's not a 300-pound cross.
Yes.
And it's like, let's go.
Yep.
That's what it's about right there. I'm getting goosebumps under the jacket here. And it was just, I don't know. You go ahead. It was just a very cool thing to witness.
It was like a microcosm of what the men's workouts are for us and what our plan continuing from here on out will
Absolutely.
be.
Yeah.
It encapsulated perfectly our mission with the men's workout, because a lot of the times we always talk about it during each of the stations, each of these like special events. We are like, if we do a special event at the end, like we did today, we always mention like, look, we want you to make this very hard. We want this to be in your capacity still to do this as well. And we always make the point, like, we do sprints and some pretty commonly in our workouts as well. That's something, if you don't sprint often, be smart about this.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Be smart about the weights you pick up. if you're having nagging back issues, be smart about the movements you do and whatnot. And then if you need variations, we give that too. But the point is again, it's a 100-pound bag. And it's funny because I think a lot of people that haven't picked up sandbags, they don't really understand. Like that sounds, a deadlift for 100 pounds is nothing.
Right.
It's not the same.
Right.
It's nowhere near the same.
Not at all. I was at the very end as we were cleaning up the bags, I was telling one of the guys.
What the?
You gotta be kidding me right now. This cat.
She can jump way too high. Push her off, yeah. Millie, off. Come
on. So anyway, I was telling one of the guys as we were cleaning up the bags, because you and I both have bags that are 135 pounds.
Right.
And it's got all kinds of handles on it, and it's very versatile, very
practical.
Thank you. And so him and I were carrying it together to the car. I said to him, I was like, how crazy is it? You put one plate on a bar and it's like, oh, this is no big deal. Maybe you're warming up deadlifts or you're benching or something like that. And for some people that will not be no big deal, of course. But for a lot of people, it's just, that's your warm-up set.
Yeah.
Let me throw a plate on, let me get some reps, hammer out some reps, I'm good to go.
I'll be honest, most of my Gem Pop clients in person, like it's very easy to get somebody to 135 pounds
exactly.
to some sort. Yeah.
Exactly.
It's really not a challenge necessarily.
Yeah. And listen, if you're under that, 135 is a great milestone to get to. 100%.
Mm-hmm.
But it's amazing the difference between 135 on a bar and 135 in about a 3-foot wide bag full of sand.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's completely different. So exactly to your point, a 100-pound sandbag, it's like, I can pick up a 100-pound dumbbell, no problem. Okay. That has a handle.
Mm-hmm.
And
it's ergonomically sound.
It's ergonomic.
Yep.
The weight is evenly distributed. Pick up a sandbag that's 100 pounds with no handles. The sand moves. You have to get your hands in like a perfect position just about to pick it up. Like it's very difficult. And then as you get into the 125, the 150, the 175, the 200 and higher that we have, the difficulty level is off the charts.
Yeah. And you got to remember too, is like, as people are hearing us talk about this and whatnot, a big part of the goal, like obviously there's many missions we have along with this men's workout. It's not just one why, for example. Because that difficulty aspect with Wes, the guy that was there, is a perfect example of it. But the goal and the overarching way to look at that is our goal is to create physically resilient men.
Yeah.
That's a big piece of it.
Yeah.
If you're not physically resilient, you are, in a lot of ways, can be a liability to your future family.
Absolutely.
And to your current family and friends, for that matter.
To people who are around you in that moment.
So, and that's the thing, because you want to be able to stand side by side with brothers who are also physically resilient.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what we build at these men's workouts. It's a big piece of it. And again, like we do it twice a month. So to some people, that's not a lot of the times, but most of the time events like this, they only occur once every month or once every few months or so.
I mean, heck, back a few years ago, we were doing men's events without workouts.
Yeah.
And we were very sporadic. So our attendance was very sporadic.
100%.
The first couple, there was excitement. It was new. We didn't exactly know what we were doing, and so we had decent attendance, and not to say those weren't productive in the ways that they were. Very different from what we do now. But now our attendance is extremely consistent because we are extremely consistent with putting them on, getting guys there, inviting new guys, telling the guys that keep coming to invite their friends. And so it keeps growing. Now we've had the opportunity multiple times with more coming to go up to S2HQ and do these events, and do special things like the 12 Days of Christmas event or the Thanksgiving football game where we have 20 plus dudes come out for it.
Mm-hmm.
We have to figure out how we're going to put all these guys on teams, and it's like we're running into that issue, which is an awesome problem to have. We've had some of our regular events where it's like, do we have enough bags to do this?
We didn't expect this number.
Do we need a body weight station? Yeah. Do we make this group just go run a lap around the track
enough,
or something?
That's what happened today.
And that's what we
had
did
to have
today.
A body weight station.
Exactly.
Today.
Yeah. And guess what? It still sucked.
Body weight doesn't mean easy. That's what everybody thinks about it. It's not. It's not at all. Yeah. The thing is, again, these workouts too are also very much so out of the norm.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the times we don't have guys who are chasing bodybuilding goals or powerlifting goals come to these, which is totally fine because if you're chasing that goal, obviously you want to have directed training toward that and whatnot. But truthfully, again, if you want to be that physically resilient man, again, like the truth of the matter is too, young men, especially Gen Z, our generation is, the cards are stacked against us in a lot of ways. You know, in a lot of ways, in America, especially, like which is where we are, obviously. Gen Z men, especially young white men, have a lot of cards stacked against them. A lot of people don't like young white men because they think of us as radical. They think of us as evil or oppressors or something like that, even though literally none of us are in power when you're in your 20s and whatnot of any sort or anything like that. So again, you're creating a space here that you can then suffer along with somebody else to your side that maybe they never are around other young men ever in their life outside of these events.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Which is very possible, especially a large group, 10 plus guys. That doesn't happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that gathering, we want it to be as big as possible. We'll continue to grow it as big as possible. I mean, we'll probably have to have separate events led by separate people in the future and whatnot. That'll be probably part of the goal, I would imagine. I mean, I would hope you and I would just continue to be able to lead them, but who knows how hard that's going to get in the future. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's one of those things to where there's not a third place for men in a lot of ways. You know, there is the school and work, school and home, or there is the work and home. And that's for the most part about it for a lot of young men. And, you know, that's why we've talked about cigar lounges in the past being a big deal. You know what I mean? And being a positive thing and whatnot too, because that can be a third place for men as well. And this is another third place we're offering here along with this. And that's part of our why, because we want that space offered for the young men to know they're not alone. Plenty of times, like even us three in this room right here, we still get to the point where we think of ourselves being alone sometimes. I catch myself thinking that, and I'm like, why would I think that? You know, I have brothers alongside of me and whatnot that I know that's not the case, but you still sometimes do feel isolated. But then you come to these events, you're like, yeah, I'm not isolated.
Yeah.
Like we're numerous.
Yeah.
For sure.
Absolutely.
And we will do things that will improve our families' lives and this country's lives as well. As we age as well. It's just the truth. And that's what this confidence building at these events gives to these young men. And that's the big idea there as well. And that's also why we keep it free. You know what I mean?
For sure.
Because, you know, everything is an online course nowadays. Zoom, buy my course, you'll get this or something like that. Or, you know, let me sell you this, et cetera, and whatnot. It's like, let's just build something real that these men can come to and whatnot. If they end up training with us, great. Yeah. You know, great. That happens. But at least they're at these events and they're getting this camaraderie that comes along with it that isn't offered elsewhere. Right. You know? Right. So.
Yeah. And kind of going back to your, you know, the isolated feeling or feeling alone and things like that. You know, you and I we've spoken plenty of times, both here on the podcast and then just amongst ourselves with Untapped. You know, like a lot of people grow or try to grow businesses on their own. And a lot of those times they peter out, you know, and they give up on it. It doesn't go anywhere. You know, they don't have enough energy to spend on it or whatever the case is. That's why it's so great having two of us, you know, and then even sometimes three of us, because you and I aren't going to sit here and act like Mitch hasn't been involved, you know, but you and I can rely on each other. You know, if there's a day where you're lacking, I can pick you up. There's a day where I'm lacking, you can pick me up, you know, and we can still move forward. You know, and so moving that into the men's events, just to piggyback off of you there, these guys might feel like they have nothing going for them, might have nothing going on. We've even been told that, you know, like we've been told that, man, I wish I had this a few years ago when blah, 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 blah was happening or whatever the case is, you know, and it's like, well, you're here now. You've got it now. So be involved, be consistent, show up, and be a part of it. Don't just be a participant, but actually delve into what we're doing here. If you have questions about what we're doing, ask those questions. We're not here to like make fun of you, make you feel stupid or anything like that. Like, ask the questions, be a part of it, be vocal, be active. Same thing with our Facebook group. We've already done rounds of removing people because it's like we're not just looking for people to just be in the group, just to be in the group. We're looking for people to be in the group, to be in the group.
Yes.
And that's what we're looking for here.
And that's why, you know, to last little point to connect there, what you were saying about us too, that's also why if you're going to get into business or if you're going to go to a men's workout and whatnot, there's a relatable factor there to where it has to be somebody you're aligned with on stuff, on values and whatnot. You have to have the same idea for the mission to some degree. It doesn't have to be literally 100% on the same page, I guess. And,
Sure.
I mean, nobody's on the 100% on the same page in anything for that matter. But you have to be on the same mission. Like a lot of the times, like when you hear about, a company that was started by 2 guys or something like that, there was a big disconnect that when that company failed or whatnot, for example. There's not a large disconnect at all between you and I.
No, not at all.
For that matter.
I mean, we have the same damn name. Like,
yeah, we do. Yep. It is a great name. Like Jacob's an awesome name. Don't get me wrong, but it's So that's hilarious. But the men's workouts again, like guys that don't have the same values as the guys that show up to the workouts don't show up again.
Correct.
Or they don't show up at all.
Which
to the
we have
workouts.
also had happen.
Yeah, 100%. And that's just it is what it is type of thing. You know what I mean?
It's one of those things where nature will just it'll just naturally exclude those people. And that isn't to say that we are excluding people, because we've never told anyone, hey, you're not welcome back. We've never told anyone that. And we likely won't unless we have to. It would take a very extreme case for that to happen.
Yeah.
But the group will just naturally weed those ones out. And that's okay. That's not a bad thing. Now, if you want to come back and try again, come back and try again. But we're very open about what we're doing with the workouts and with the events with the group. And if you don't align with that, fine. You can go somewhere else then. That's all good.
100%. Yeah. It's funny because the same idea is like not everybody's going to like you. That's just the truth.
Correct.
It's the idea of like if we tried to cater to literally every single type of man, it just wouldn't work.
No.
There's no way.
Not.
And that's also, it would be very dishonest of us to do that.
It'd be irresponsible. Yeah.
100%. Yeah. Because that's just not who you and I are.
Right.
We had to like censor ourselves during the workout and whatnot the whole time and be like not say retard or whatnot.
Yeah, right.
Like, okay. Like that's a very small example.
Sure.
But it is a good example to where you're like, okay, we're not going to censor ourselves just to fit every single person in this group.
Right.
It is for leaders who want to be savages. That's the truth.
Yeah.
You know?
You try to cater to all, you'll cater to no one.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
That's what it comes down to.
100%.
Mitch, you want to add anything? No? That's stupid. That's the wrong answer. Don't come back.
See the door.
All right, guys, no Q&A today. We're on a little bit of a time crunch, but that is episode 196. Couple announcements here. So when you guys are hearing this coming Saturday, which will be the 11th, 6 to 9 p.m. at the Iron Hive in the Manchester Baldwin area. We will be there with the S2 Manchester store guys, and I think there's going to be some other vendors as well. Free event, open gym style, not just for men. This is not just a men's event. As a matter of fact, it's not even our event. We're just being a part of it with Iron Hive.
We're like a vendor, essentially.
Yeah. But come say hi to us. Come say what's up. If you want to get a workout in, great. We'll be there hanging out. We might even bring some of our bags for some fun challenges.
Sure.
But that is 6 to 9 p.m., so at nighttime, on April 11th. And then the following Saturday, so 2 weeks from now, April 18th, be on the lookout for official details regarding another possible men's event up at S2HQ. We're still getting some things lined up for that date, and we'll be able to update you guys next week on the podcast as well. We'll have posts out for that when it's official. But April 11th, 6 to 9 p.m. at the Iron Hive. If you need the address or any other details, just reach out to either one of us or reach out on the Untapped account, and we'll be more than happy to get you those details. Please continue to share the show. It's free. It's easy. It helps us grow. It helps us continue to get great guests on. We are very quickly approaching episode 200, which is a big deal. Big deal. We're very, very excited about that. Anything else?
Nothing I can think of. Other than the basic stuff, go to our link tree or beacons and whatnot.
Yep. Sign up
Check
for the
us
email
out
newsletter.
there. Yeah. 100%.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, guys. That is episode 196. Until next time, peace and love.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.